Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera. Saya Syamsul Johari dan ini agenda Awani. Malam ini kita akan berbicara mengenai gempa bumi di Nepal. Ya, gempa bumi itu berlaku pada bulan 4 lalu, April 2015 dan ia mengorbankan sekitar hampir 9,000 orang. Dan mengikut data yang diterima, sekitar 17,899 lagi cedera dan 366 masih lagi dilaporkan hilang. Tapi tumpuan kita pada malam ini adalah bertumpu pada usaha pemulihan pasca gempa Nepal. Dan antara pelbagai badan atau agensi yang datang menghulurkan bantuan ialah iaitu Persatuan Kriket Malaysia. Orang kata agak pelik bunyinya bagaimana satu persatuan sukan ini mampu atau rasanya seperti relevan dalam misi bantuan pembangunan semula pasca gempa Nepal. Tapi itu yang kita akan bincangkan pada malam ini. Kita bersama dengan Presiden Persatuan Kriket Malaysia iaitu Saudara Mahindra Valipuram dan juga Naib Presiden Persatuan Kriket Malaysia Saudara Nordin Abdullah. Dan izinkan saya berbahasa Inggeris. Welcome to the studio, guys.
Thank you for having us.
I was as I said earlier, it's a bit odd for a sports club to actually run this, So basically, the Persatuan Kriket Malaysia or Malaysia Cricket Association is planning to have an international match, a friendly match between the Nepal national team and World 11.
That's correct.
Yeah. To raise funding,
yes,
in order to, and the proceeds will be.
I think the general ideas for Malaysian cricket, why we mooted it is at least is we've always played Nepal for many years at the Asian Cricket Council level tournaments, and we felt that we could reach out to Nepal, during these times, and we felt that we could help in our own small way. To perhaps help the cause. Cricket is a #1 sport for Nepal. Malaysia maybe not, but in Nepal it's a #1 sport, and it unites Nepal. And through the game, we felt that we could do something. So we, after the second large earthquake, visited Nepal. Nordin, myself, visited Nepal and met the Cricket Association, the Sports Ministry, and also representatives from the Prime Minister's Department to have a discussion and to see how we could help. And I think the objective is to raise funds, but is also to create awareness about Nepal and its plight, and to see how we can help them. So that's where it started from. And we have worked with the ambassador here of Nepal here too. We have had help from the Ministry of Sport through YBKJ, YB Khairi, and he has supported the initiative that as a sport we can try to do something. So this is something that we are going to do over 3 years.
All right. So this is not a one-time.
No, because I think the first year, we need to do something first, and to show that we could do through a sport. So the initial objective is for us to start something going as a World 11 against Nepal.
All right.
But we've been trying to organize this over the last 2 months. So time is short. There are a lot of international events happening around the world. So to get the first World 11 team that we want, it's always going to be tough. But saying that, we've had Michael Clark from Cricket Australia tweet out to say that he supports this and he thinks this is something that's good.
So have you confirmed all the players?
We have got some of the players already online. Sanat Jayasuriya from Sri Lanka, the winning captain of the T20. The winning captain for the World Cup side, the Sri Lanka played. Lasith Malinga has also come on board. We are waiting for some names out of Aminul Islam from Bangladesh.
All right.
Rashid Latif from Pakistan. We're working still with some names out of Cricket Australia, and we know some possible names. Brad Hogg is one of them. So we are hoping to now really in the last stages. We have from Singapore, Chatan here too. Our own Malaysian captain Faiz will be playing with our long-standing captain Suresh Nava. Will also be playing part of the team. So we hope that we can start this off because a number of the current test players or the ODI players from the 10 from the test playing countries have come out in support to state that if they can't, because of their national duties this year, but in the coming years.
Because you have 3 more, I mean, in total it will be 3 matches throughout 3 years.
Yeah, so we intend to that we look to start this game, and the Bet for Nepal project for Nepal will kick off in Malaysia. So that's a good thing, and we have approvals from the International Cricket Council to do this, and that's I think in itself a good thing for us. The interesting thing is we see this as a way of the corporate community here in Malaysia to extend its help through a CSR program. And see the possibilities of growing. And with that, I must say that Malindo Air has played a big part in coming aboard, and they will be flying the Nepal team. Yeah, so they'll be flying the Nepal team into Nepal and back. So I think I have to thank Malindo. We are in discussion now with Maxis, and Maxis is also coming on board to support the cause.
That's great, even because even Nepal, I'm sorry, cricket is not the most popular game in Malaysia, but yet still you can get all this corporate sponsorship to support this cause.
I think the cause, I said the cause is, and I think it's a good cause. It's a natural disaster, so I think we not only as a sport, but also as a country should try to do something. And I think it's great to see some, these corporates come on board. The good thing is that the true cricket, has always been taken maybe slightly lightly in Malaysia. But the truth is we are ranked 23 in the world. So for a sport which is taken lightly,
we're not bad.
We are good actually. Considered we're 100 out of 100 plus countries playing cricket. But what we're saying is, cricket as a sport has a big following. You take Formula 1 out, cricket is the most watched sport
in the world. All right, we have to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll talk about how we can help, through this game, through this friendly match, how we can help to bring back life to Nepal. In terms of business, tourism, social life, so on and so forth. Kita akan berhenti rehat seketika, jumpa lagi selepas ini. Bertemu lagi dalam agenda Awani, masih bersama dengan saudara Mahindra Valipuram, iaitu Presiden Persatuan Kriket Malaysia, dan juga saudara Nordi Abdullah, Naib Presiden Persatuan Kriket Malaysia. This is about gaining awareness, in many crises like this or disasters like this, people only give attention to it for about couple of months, and later it dies.
Exactly.
This is what you're trying to do. That's why you're not gonna do this only for a match back, but you're gonna do it 3 matches throughout 3 years, and it'll be done in Malaysia. Okay, now, but what are the other things? You've been there. You have seen any other opportunities, not just for in terms of sports, but other social events or business. Noreen.
Yes, I think one of the key areas. I mean, Malaysia and Nepal actually have a very strong business relationship. There's several thousand Nepalese working here in Malaysia.
That's very obvious.
And that relationship has probably not been leveraged off yet.
Correct.
So that the goodwill that has been created is not being used yet. And when we look at the destruction, I mean, you can see the photo behind you. Just the sheer amount of reconstruction work that needs to be done is immense. And if you look at how long it's taken Aceh to rebuild, for example, just through the tsunami, it's still rebuilding. So in terms of business opportunities for Malaysian companies, I think the reconstruction work is the most obvious. But really, there's a few other opportunities, especially in the hospitality, the tourism sector. And one thing that we've noticed is the education sector. Because a lot of those Nepalese workers come here and realize that it's a good place to get an education. So they will be starting to look at sending their children to Malaysia to get educated. So I think this is one thing where a lot of the universities and colleges can start to say to themselves, well, this is a market sector. You know, there's 20 over million people in Nepal. There's a relationship with Malaysia. The economy is starting to grow there. A lot of reconstruction money is going into the country. There will be money for development and for education.
And coming from a sports organization or sports club, sports association, is there any other opportunities besides of these 3 matches?
Sure. I think in terms of what this opens up, and part of the MOU that we have signed with Nepal Cricket is to have more bilateral tournaments of that Nepal and Malaysia. We are also looking to have a Nepal, Malaysia, perhaps Hong Kong, Singapore, the bigger countries playing cricket out of Africa and Europe, also to start looking at having tournaments in Malaysia. So using Malaysia as a venue to play cricket. So we can see something in terms of, which is good and positive for not only the development and the growth of cricket in the country, but it also brings in the tourism as a whole. Malaysia has hosted the Under-19 World Cup before. We have hosted the 3 world champions, India, Australia, West Indies here. I see this actually an opportunity, and opportunity for corporates to get involved in. And I would like to see Tourism Malaysia look at cricket as a way. Yes, it's a sport, but it's also a way of actually promoting tourism into the country, and actually then partnering even the Indian subcontinent, Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan. And I think that's big opportunities that we can do, which actually not only indirectly or directly helps the economy, but will indirectly help to grow the game of cricket here by just creating awareness, and the development helps, of course.
All right. So this game, when is it going to be held?
It's on the 9th of August.
All right.
It's a 2:30 start. It's a T20 format, so it should be done in 3 hours.
Okay.
I could see the question coming up. And you were saying, okay, what am I going to do? It's a T20 format. It's the shortest form of the game.
All right.
So it's played under colours. So it should be exciting.
Okay.
We have a plan for a cocktail night the night before. Is to really have a simple sit down like what we are having. And we will have the guests, to share their experience over the last 20 years or so. So it's a nice greet and meet the night before. Do
you think selling the tickets will be a challenge here?
I think the ticket selling is not so much a challenge, but I think it's a time. It's probably a challenge. But we are hoping that by having, some media coming and helping us out, and then we can get this message out faster. But we are certainly going out there already now to start pushing tickets.
There'll be players from multiple nationalities playing for the World 11.
Yes.
What can we expect from this team?
In terms of performance?
In terms of performance, I mean, those are from different backgrounds. Of course, they have different techniques. But how are they going to plan to blend it together and beat Nepal?
I think the first thing is, again, I'm coming back to it, we have chosen the T20 format simply because that will probably give an opportunity to Nepal as well. We can try a balanced side. If we played the full 50-over game, like an ODI format, I think it'll be quite tough. But being a T20, the format itself, it's quite exciting. And it allows, I think, bringing more balance to both teams. So it should be exciting.
Fair game. All right. We have to take another short break, and when we come back, we'll talk about how we can, not just those who love cricket, but people at large can support this. drive to bat for Nepal. Kita jumpa lagi selepas ni.
Thank you.
Ketemu lagi dalam agenda Awani, set ketiga. Masih lagi bersama dengan Presiden Persatuan Kriket Malaysia dan juga Naib Presiden Persatuan Kriket Malaysia, Saudara Mahindra Valipuram dan juga Saudara Nordin Abdullah. You mentioned during our short break, there'll be some sort of festivals.
Yes, there'll be fun. I mean, part of cricket is not just the game; it's the culture and the day out at cricket. You know, it's what we want to bring to Malaysia, because I think that's one thing that a lot of Malaysians haven't experienced yet. If you go to play cricket in Australia or in the subcontinent, it's a festival, and people look forward to it, and so it's also fitting that it's the year of festivals. I think also for Malaysia. So there'll be a festival that starts at about 10 in the morning. So there'll be games and things going on during that time. There's also a lot of food trucks.
Okay.
That's going to be fun. And there'll be a special zone for university kids, so that the university kids can come and enjoy the game, and there'll be a special zone for them and special giveaway prizes and these kind of things. So by and large, it's going to be a fun day out.
And are you expecting some sort of international turnouts as well? Because you have champions from all around the world.
Yeah, sure. I think what we are doing now is reaching out to the expat community as well, who live here, and we have asked for help from our counterparts in Singapore Cricket Association, which have they've reached out to say that they will help. So certainly we will push the tickets through them. As Nordin has said, that the carnival is important, create the awareness. One of the things that we are doing is we have packages for sponsorships and so on. I say not so much sponsorship, it is a way of putting something out as a CSR.
Correct.
And getting something back for Malaysian companies. And we feel this is where the Malaysian corporates can benefit. We have potentially 72 A boards on the ground, which we would like to get companies to come on board to do that. And I hope that they can contact us at Malaysian Cricket.
Okay.
And we'll be happy to discuss some of these things actually.
The MCA, or the Malaysian Cricket Association, and the Nepalese Cricket Association has signed an MOU.
Yes, correct.
And then this MOU would see that the MCA or Malaysia will host this Bat for Nepal friendly match for 3 years consecutively.
Yes, correct.
So beyond that, is there any other opportunities that you want to work with your counterpart in Nepal?
I think as I was saying earlier, that the option is. Sorry, let me get back one step. And she was saying, in Banda Aceh and everything else, everyone does it for 2 months. So here, what we did, the idea behind 3 years, for the moment at least, is to give Nepal an opportunity for awareness this year to come back and tell, hopefully through Malaysia, what they have done. And we are also working with Astro to see how we can telecast this.
Okay.
So it gives Nepal a platform on a yearly basis for the next 3 years to kind of share their experience and how accountability is met. And that way, we hope that the community keeps giving back to Nepal.
All right.
The long term for that is obviously for Malaysia and Nepal to in terms of sports, to carry on growing the game. Nepal is performing better than Malaysia in the world stage. Okay, so that gives us playing at a higher level, and we then develop our teams. Nepal could use Malaysia as a base or a neutral venue for a while until
the pitches
are
ready,
and the grounds are done. So that's already a benefit. We will see both parties playing more with other teams around the world, so that we can meet common objectives of actually going up the ranks. Ultimately, it is about playing the World Cup. It is about playing in the T20 or the World Cup. It's also about that we are in World League 3 today, so we need to move up to the World League, obviously, the rankings. So we can use this as sparring, if you want to call it, bettering ourselves, using the academies. So I think that's good for both parties and also other countries, of course. In terms of how the rebuilding is, what Nordin is saying, I think there is opportunities for Malaysian companies, and also hopefully that we can use cricket it's a way of cricket diplomacy to build a relationship where I think it's a common ground, not only for for corporates, but maybe even the government to use. And I see ourselves as being the facilitator for that.
All right, we have 1 more minute.
Yes.
So representing Malaysia in World 11 will be the captain and the former captain.
Yes, Ahmad Faiz. He's been playing wonderfully well for Malaysia. Suresh Nawa, I must he's given a lot for Malaysia over the years. He has just retired.
All right.
And I can't see this better than a way of actually saying to him, thank you.
And our women cricket team is not bad as well. And they're not playing?
Not this time. Maybe the next time you'll have to do a ladies 11 and a ladies 11 against a women's 11
right.
somewhere.
A bit of information where you can get the tickets. Tickets have been will be you're going to start to sell the ticket on the 20th of July.
Yes, it will be available through Malaysian Cricket at our home ground at Kendrara Oval in Puchong.
Okay.
The website is www.cricketmalaysia.com. And obviously, Maxis is also helping us to push the tickets. They are doing weekend carnivals.
Okay.
So Maxis will be a hub that we will use and partner with as well.
And number to call is 03-8070.
You got me on that.
8079.
Yes, correct.
All right. So all the best for the cricket team.
Thank you, sir.
All the best for World 11. There'll be players, champions, cricket champions from all nationalities. Sure. We have Malaysian, we have Sri Lankan.
We already got someone from Bangladesh who scored its first 100 for them. In the test, Aminul Islam. Yeah. And I hope to get more on board.
Yeah.
But again, this is an event going over 3 years. I hope that Malaysia supports it because it's positive for us.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Saudara Mahindra Valipuram, itu Presiden Persatuan Kriket Malaysia, dan juga Saudara Nordi Abdullah, itu Naib Presiden Persatuan Kriket Malaysia. Tadi kita berbincang mengenai Bat for Nepal, iaitu salah satu kempen yang diadakan oleh MCA ataupun Persatuan Kriket Malaysia bagi mendapatkan dana-dana untuk membantu proses pembangunan semula gempa bumi Nepal, dan semua proceeds ataupun semua dana yang dapat dikumpulkan melalui match ini ataupun melalui perlawanan ini akan disalurkan terus kepada foundation, the Prime Minister Nepal Prime Minister's Foundation dan sekian saja agenda pada malam ini. Saya Syazan Jari. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.